This is only part of the story, even part of the cost of living story. So we're topping up the tax cuts.
Well, Jim Chalmers spent the few weeks before the budget saying how it was all about the economy. He said there'd be few surprises in the budget, it had all been released, and it was really having about cost of living and managing the economy front and centre. He said it was all about the economy. Well, in the budget, it's all about politics. There's no doubt at all that Jim Chalmers has produced a very smart political document. What he has done is kept the secret of his tax cuts. They're not big, but they are tax cuts, and he kept them secret.
This is only part of the story, even part of the cost of living story. So we're topping up the tax cuts. We know that in isolation they're modest, but in combination with the other tax cuts and what we're doing in the cost of living, they're meaningful. Inflation's coming down, but there's still cost of living pressure, and there's all this global economic uncertainty. The best way to deal with that simultaneously is to rebuild incomes and living standards and make our economy more resilient and more competitive. And so you look at the two big things which are new to you going through the papers today, topping up the tax cuts and also abolishing non-compete clauses. That's competition policy with a wages dividend. And so you can see what we're trying to do here. The best insurance policy against all this global economic uncertainty is more resilience and stronger incomes, and those are the two objectives.
That was the big key. That was the big success for Jim Chalmers politically. Because on the one hand, it means he's actually got something to say. He's got a surprise in the budget, which people will like, and it also puts pressure on Peter Dutton to decide whether he matches those tax cuts, goes better, or says no. The problem for Jim Chalmers, though, in producing such a political budget, understandably on an election eve, is that in the longer term, when he's saying the economy was about front and centre, the economy is actually not. And he keeps saying the economy's turning the corner. The danger for Jim Chalmers in this political budget is that when everyone gets around the corner, there's going to be the debt collectors, reality ready to mug them, and the repo men waiting to collect the debt that this budget has piled onto the national economy over the next years and decades to come.